Hey guys, today is May 9th, 2021, obviously, so, as I said in all the other videos, back whenever I was doing the all over history, I said I would do another one. I said I'd do every time I get the, Harper all over book, because these are published bi-monthly, if you guys don't know that, because there's the one for May, this is the one for May and June. So, if you guys don't know, there's a 660, and it's a diesel, so, those are really rare tractors to find. Actually, really, a whole 660 in general, so, there's the Floyd Conley Museum, and if you guys, have all overs that you guys want to get the, bill cards for, or you want to get any information about it, or even the dealership that it came from, you just find, I think it's the serial number, and, they can trace it back to which dealership it came from, and who owned it, basically stuff like that, which is pretty cool. I don't know if it costs anything. It might cost something to get the bill card, but I don't know. But I've never done it. Although I probably should try just to see. But, there's a 660 gas. There's an 1827. I think that's a heart par. I believe. It's an Oliver heart par because I can't tell by looking at the grill. It's a heart par. You can barely make it out, but this is heart par on the grill, but there's Oliver's looks like a 471 manure spreader. These are really rare tractors to find too. It's just a single front with just a single front tire. Because you can find narrow fronts and wide fronts easy, but the single front tire is really hard to find on any of the Oliver tractors, or even on any of the tractors from that era. So this is basically all about the 660. And if you guys didn't know, Cockshutt made a 660 too. They look just like that, which is really cool. I like the design of those Cockshutts like that. So, there's all of your Oliver parts if you need them. But if you're new to the channel, which I've actually noticed, I've been getting emails about new subscribers, but I'm not reading all these, so if you just want to go back and read them or pause it wherever, I don't care. You can go ahead and do that, so. Just trying to see if I can find anything interesting in any of these to pull out of here, but. I'm not really having any luck on anything, so. But this is really cool because I don't know which. I know they never made one. As far as I know, I don't think they've ever made one of these. But they have used Detroit engines in Olivers. If you guys have never noticed that, so. I think 6V. Yeah, 6V. That means 6 cylinders. I think. With 53 horsepower, I think is what I read in here, but. I'm not sure. I thought I saw it in here. I could be wrong. Yeah, it is a 6-cylinder, I think. I don't know. It could be a 12-cylinder. I don't know. It has to be a 6-cylinder because you can see the 3. So it has to be a 6-cylinder. But if you guys want to read it, it's right there. But that is really cool. I'm sure that's one loud son of a bitch right there. But, like I said, you can read all these, but I just thought it was really interesting. But it has the 55 series grill in it, which is a really sharp tractor. That's where White and Oliver did it right there. It's the 55 series. So if you guys want to know more about the Oliver history, you can go back. There's part 1, there's part 2, and a couple of these magazines that I went through that I have. So, You can go back and watch the videos if you want, so. But these are really cool because there's your Super, a Fleetline, 3-digit tractors, and a single narrow front with a 77. It's a regular 77, but pretty cool. But here's the 660 Oliver version, and here's the Cockshot 660 version. If you guys didn't know that Oliver bought Cockshot out in amid the whole White and Oliver dispute there, but so really Oliver pretty much owns Cockshot, so. But now Oliver, White, and Cockshot, Minimo, or Moline, and who the heck else is part of the AGCO that's dealing with Oliver? I think that's all. Besides whatever equipment brands that Oliver used, they're all through AGCO too. So, like all your hay equipment and everything's all through AGCO. So. Which, if you guys didn't know, I mean, I talked about this before, but the 660 replaced the 66. After the Super 66 and the regular 66 came out, but this replaced the Super 66, just like the Fleetline 66. It later replaced the Super 66. Later replaced it. So then I believe it's either the 1550. Or it might have been the 1650 that replaced the 660. No, I think. The 880, I know, was a 1555. And it might have been I don't remember. I know a 1555, a 77, an 88, yeah, an 880, I think a 770. They're all the same. But, anyhow, that's more of a later on discussion, but. If you guys didn't know, you can get the 660 with a gasoline or a diesel engine. And I believe they were both a 6-cylinder engine. Waukesha 6-cylinder, I should say. But there's your specific, or yeah, okay. We're not even gonna try to say that. But there's all your specs for everything. There's your clutch, throw-up bearing, stuff like that, the drill bar. It probably tells you, if you're looking hard enough in here, how many power that the how much drill bar power it has, and how much PTO power it has. But I don't know, it's in here somewhere. But it's been really shitty outside. If you can't hear the rain in the background, it's been shitty like this entire week here. It's just, I've been meaning to make this video. It's just, I've never made it that far to make it yet. But if you guys are wondering where to get Oliver parts at, there's Smitty's in here, Knorv's Oliver, which I passed that up like way at the beginning. I don't even know where it's at in here. I seen it in here earlier, but I gotta find Knorv's Oliver in here. Let me see if I can find it again. I think I just seen it. Yeah, right there's Knorv's Oliver if you need Oliver parts. So there's an old style 88. These are the old style before they came out with like the Fleetline Series 88s. These are what they look like. They designed them, I think they designed to make them look like a 60 or a 70 or an 80. But if you guys didn't know that the 80 was later replaced with the 88. So, then later on it became the 880. So, I'm trying to think who else. Maybaugh is another place you can order parts. So. We always deal with our local AGCO dealers, so if we need something, I mean, it really don't matter, because you kind of have to call, because our local AGCO dealer don't stock much, so either way, if you have to order from Maybach or your local AGCO dealer, you're probably better off just order from Maybach. It might come faster, I don't know, but there's your Oliver merchandise if you want a belt buckle. I'm not sure if these are pins or magnets or stickers or what, but that's a magnet. That's a decal, and there's a hat if you want one. But that is all for this video, I think. So I think that's all. These are really rare tractors to find too. It's an Oliver Garden tractor. I've only came across the one, and they wanted $3,000 for it, and it was a rusted piece of shit. Basically, is all I can explain it as. It didn't even have a mower deck on it or anything, but oh, here we go. This is another thing that, if you guys didn't know, Oliver did. They painted the 880s to look a mist green color to disguise them as to disguise them away from a 770. So if you guys didn't know, a 770 and an 880 are identical. If you actually see one, they're identical. You can't even tell them apart unless you look at the number. But there's a couple different things there that you can distinguish them apart, but they're pretty much the exact same tractor. One just has a little more horsepower and a little more pulling power and torque than the other one does. So that's what the 880 Mist Green color looks like. So if you guys were ever wondering. So if you guys were more curious about the 880 on Mist Green, just go onto YouTube and put in Mist Green 880 Oliver, or Oliver 880 Mist Green color, whatever you want to put. But it's really cool. So that's it for this one. I think that was everything in here. So